I said life.
Na Mungu ni nani?
What I meant is that life is dynamic. What is happening yesterday is not what is happening today, and it's not what is happening tomorrow. It has nothing to do with celebrating. It's simply capturing the dynamism of life. That what was yesterday is not what is today. What is today is not what is tomorrow. Life is not static, life is dynamic. It keeps on moving on.
Mbona kwa ule uchaguzi uliopita ilikuwa sawa wewe kufanya kazi na Rais Ruto, na wakati jamii hii ya Wajaluo wakitaka kufanya kazi na William Ruto, kwa kura ijayo inakuwa tabu kwako?
Nani amesema iko tabu kwangu?
Matamshi yako ni peupe mheshimiwa.
Sijasema iko tabu.
Matamshi yako ni peupe, yanasema hivyo, yanaangaza hivyo.
Mimi nakuuliza, siku rais alikuwa anapigana na Raila Odinga, alikuwa anaunga mkono? Hakuwa anaunga mkono. Kwa hivyo siku tulikuwa tunapigana na Raila hatugeunga mkono. Tena mimi sikupigana na Raila, alipigana na Rais William Ruto. Mimi nilikuwa nasaidia William Ruto kupigana na Raila. Lakini yule ambaye walipingana na yeye ni Raila Odinga na William Ruto, sio mimi. Kwa hivyo huwezi sema ati niko na shida. Mimi sina shida, mimi natafuta uongozi. Ruto anatafuta uongozi. Na lazima sisi tupigane na Ruto kwa sababu tunataka kumshinda.
What has changed now? Because this president who you're saying unataka kupigana naye kwa sababu unataka kumshinda was a darling at some point to you. Is it because of the impeachment that now you've changed tune for someone you referred to as your brother?
William Ruto betrayed the Kenyan nation.
The Kenyan nation or you?
The Kenyan nation.
He's still the president of the nation. It's
you and he betrayed the Kenyan nation. He said he'll put money into people's pockets. Instead, he took the little that he had. During his campaigning, he said there will be no extrajudicial killing. He came and abducted children and killed them. During his campaign, he said there will be no evictions or demolitions. There are demolitions every day.
Lakini ubomoaji ulifanyika hata kama wewe ulikuwa naibu wa rais.
Well, if you remember, ukikumbuka, katika mashtaka niletewa Senate moja ilikuwa nilipinga ubomoaji. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikataa hiyo maneno kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeahidi wa Kenya ya kwamba
baada mambo ya kuharibika kati yako na rais ndio ukaanza kuzungumza vilivyo. Lakini hapo awali ni kana kwamba ulikuwa na unga mkono
hakuna mambo wakati huo. Mimi nilipinga maneno kutoka ndani mpaka ikafika pahali hawezi fichika. Na moja ya hayo maneno ni ubomoaji ya mali ya umaskini. Kwa sababu tukitafuta kura tulikuwa tumesema hatutapinga, hatutabomoa mali ya watu maskini bila kuwapatia pahali ya kwenda, na hatutabomolea watu usiku. Hiyo ikaanza kufanyika, mimi nikapinga. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikataa mambo mingi kwa sababu huyu muungwana tulifanya kampeni na yeye na tuliahidi watu mambo mingi sana. Na wafuasi wangu ni wengi sana. Na wakaanza kuniuliza maswali. Huyu jamaa uliletea sisi na ukatuambia ni muungwana, mlituahidi na hii, mbona mmekeuka? Kwa hivyo mimi nikaanza kupingana naye na kumwambia hapana, tulikubaliana hii, mbona nageuka? Mpaka ikafika pahali ikakuwa ya kwamba hatuelewani. Ndio.
Let's talk about housing for a bit, because it's one of the projects that you're talking about here, and we've talked about demolitions. At some point, and I want to play that soundbite for you, at some point you said that you don't understand how someone can go against the housing project. And at some point you also changed. Listen to what you said.
Why would anybody is in his right frame of mind have a problem with slum upgrading? Why would anybody in his right thinking have a problem with having affordable housing for Kenyans so that they can live with dignity? Hii housing imelazimishwa wa Kenya kutoa housing levy kwa lazima. Hiyo pesa sasa imechukuliwa, imepeleka kujenga soko, kujenga mashule, kwa sababu imekuwa conduit ya wizi.
What changed, Mheshimiwa?
Everything changed because I was deceived. I believed William Ruto of all the things he told me and the people of Kenya. And many Kenyans believed him. Many Kenyans believed him. Today they feel deceived, I included. I really believed housing was a good program to create employment. I believed him 100%. I believed it was the right thing because he is very convincing and I had no reason to doubt him. Until it came to my knowledge that it was all a scheme to create wealth. The president bought 2 factories that manufacture steel. They are the ones.
Which factories are they?
Yes, I have.
Do you have the evidence?
There's one called Apex and another. The president bought a tiles manufacturing company. He bought Baburi Cement. All these factories he bought are the ones that are supplying construction materials for affordable housing. And that is why he needed to create enough money by taxing Kenyans so that his businesses can thrive.
Why should Kenyans trust you now? And yet you're the same person who said that you don't understand why someone
because
this housing.
Only a fool doesn't change his mind.
So if you're deceived then, are you deceived
as
now?
I told you, life is dynamic. You get on knowing people. Today, Trevor, you are this. Tomorrow, I know you differently. So then William Ruto was very convincing. He came to us in the mountain with the Bible, and we trusted him because we are Christians, basically. But on assuming office, he became another person. He became a businessman. And I was there as his deputy, and I saw through it, and I couldn't take it. And I said, no, this is not what we promised the people of Kenya.
Kwa maana vitu vinabadilika jinsi ulivyosema. Sasa kuna haja gani pia sisi kukuamini wewe kama mwanasiasa?
Well, hiyo itakuwa ni Wakenya kama wataniamini, sio wewe. Wakenya wataangalia vile mimi naongea. Wataangalia ile facts mimi naweka kwa meza. Na wataona kama wataniamini. Now people keep on changing their mind. Huyu William Ruto ana shida kwa Wajaluo siku 5 akitukana Rigathi Gachagua na Wakikuyu. Alikuwa huko mwaka 9 akitukana Raila na Wajaluo. Leo anasema baba ni mtu mzuri, Wajaluo ni watu wazuri. No, wait, wacha nimalize. So umeniambia why people change their mind. Let me give you a good example. Okay. Today, William Ruto is in Nyanza abusing me for 5 days. Saying I'm this, I'm that, making me a bogeyman, and attacking my community. We are tribalist. For 9 years, she was all over the country abusing Raila Odinga, kusema ni mchawi, ni muganga, kusema Wajaluo ni ile watu ya kungoa leri, Wajaluo ni watu ya fujo, kusema huyu Raila haendi kanisa, anakuwa na nyoka mfukoni. He was saying all those things for 9 years.
You also said the same thing.
Yes, I did. I'll explain to you.
Let me finish. That is fighting.
Yes, I did.
So is that the same position you hold now?
I'm saying.
Mpaka ukasema wewe ulikuwa unafanya kwa niaba yake pia.
Ngoja kidogo. Simuache yeye.
Na ulisema
kwani mko na fujo, simuache niongee.
Tunasikizana.
No, I can see you have predetermined questions. So also let me answer. Si umeniuliza swali.
Okay.
No.
Tunakupatia nafasi ya kuyajibu.
Wacha tukubaliane kwanza.
Okay.
Ukiniuliza swali lazima nijibu.
Kwa heshima na taadhima tunakupatia nafasi ya kuyajibu maswali tafadhali.
So wewe ukisema kitu pia unipatie nafasi.
Okay.
Umeniuliza kwa nini nilibadilisha mafikira. Nimekuambia William Ruto huyu ana shida kwa Wajaluo. Akitukana Rigathi Gachagua na Wakikuyu. Alishinda kwa Wakikuyu akitukana Raila Odinga, kusema ni mganga, ni mchawi, ni mtu ya Wajaluo ni watu ya kungoa leri, Wajaluo ni watu ya fujo. Leo alikuwa anasema jana Wajaluo they are intellectuals, they are very intelligent people.
But it is you we are talking to, Mheshimiwa.
No, but I must give examples. Because also when you ask me questions,
because you must give it in the same thing. So I'd like to hear your accountability of the same
Trevor, I must give examples of how leaders go. This is one leader called Rigathi Gachagua. You have said, I also say the same thing is true. Because in our campaign, it's like a choir. William Ruto was the choir master. He was the composer of the song and the soloist. So wale choir members wanafuata what the choir master is saying. Ndiye alituambia hiyo maneno.
Sasa wewe ulikuwa kwa chorus.
Tulikuwa chorus.
But have you now changed your mind?
No, me now I'm a choir master. So those who are behind me
so now, the song has now changed.
I have a different song.
Why should they believe you now
but
that the song
was not my song?
It's just a song that you
No, it was not my song.
You're still the same chorus and now you're the choir master.
That song was not mine. I was a member of the choir. Choir ilikuwa ya William Ruto. Ya kupiga Raila Odinga na Wajaluo. Sisi tulikuwa choir members. So tunafuata choir members.
Ulikuwa unatumiwa wewe?
We were members of the choir.
But this new song, have you now changed your mind?
I have said.
Why should the people?
I have given you an analogy.
Why should the people believe a choir master or a chorus master who changes tune?
It's up to the people to believe.
It's like they're asking you.
If they, I don't know. They will listen to me. They will listen to me and decide.
You painted the Luo nation as a nation that is chaotic, violent.
I didn't.
In fact,
William Ruto did. It's not me.
It is not me. I'm quoting you. You said at some point that a community has been castigated as people cause violence every single time.
I've told you.
That was you.
I've told you
directly.
I've given you a very good explanation.
Community.
I've given you a very good explanation that I was a part of a choir and our choir master was William Ruto. And our work was to repeat the chorus. from the choir master, who was also the composer.
At what point will you take responsibility for your own utterances?
I am saying
because
that,
now you're saying that he's the one who told you to say it.
No, I'm saying, Trevor, we were in politics. And,
are you still in politics now?
Yeah, we're in politics.
So why should they believe you?
I am saying we were having a contest between Raila Odinga and his people. And that was the politics of the day. I am not in politics with Raila Odinga. There is no presidential candidate from the Luo nation who is facing me. So there is no conflict. That was a contest. People are looking for positions. And there is a conflict as it goes on in politics. So they will be trading here and there. Why William Ruto now is abusing me, he was abusing Raila Odinga then because he was his competitor. Today, his most strongest competitor is Gachagua. And so he has just changed tact. Yeah. The way he was abusing Raila Odinga is the way he's abusing Gachagua because I'm his competitor.
Do you regret this abusive language that you and your former boss have treated the nation to?
I have not abused anybody myself.
You started this conversation.
I did not start.
Did you describe the president as having lost
made that
weight?
description. That description is true.
That is considered body shaming.
There is no apology to make. I described the way he looks. I did.
Chapter 6 of the Constitution and Integrity, Article 73(3), says that state officers should behave in a manner that bestows respect and dignity.
I'm not a state officer.
You've been the second in command.
I am not a state officer. I'm not a state officer.
So are you now allowed then to just abuse your other fellows just because you're not a current state officer? I am not a state officer. You've been the second in command. Do you regret the statement?
I have no regret whatsoever for my utterances. I made a true description that our other Kenyans have made. I'll continue speaking truthfully. You know, people say when people who steal, what are they called? They are thieves. People who do this and that, they must be described for who they are. And if anybody has a problem, you can take me to court.
Do you believe that statement is demeaning?
No, it's not.
What do you think it is?
It's up to you to
You've
think.
just,
What do you think? I've told you
I'm not the one who made the statement.
I have nothing.
Was it demeaning?
I have nothing to say about it. I've said it's a true description of what I see.
What does the appearance of the president have to do with governance?
Well, you'll have to ask him.
You are the one who described him.
I'm saying it's you to ask him why he's so agitated.
But I'm speaking to you, and you're the one who started this conversation.
You are the one to ask him why he's so agitated.
Tumekuuliza kwa sababu wewe ndio ulikuwa mtangulizi wa jambo kama hilo.
Are you a lawyer for the president?
This is waandishi wa habari.
No. You also cannot. Are you here holding his brief?
It's a question that everybody asks.
I can see.
You're a lead.
Are you holding a brief? Are you holding a brief for William Ruto?
Honorable Gachagua, you've been the second in command in this country. And you're now thinking of being the head of this country.
Have you condemned
him? Do you
him?
think those statements were regretful?
What I would ask you to, have you as a president, whether he has to regret?
I'm speaking to you now, not to the president. We'll speak to the president at the right time. It's you we are
tumekuuliza kwa sababu tuko na wewe hapa na wewe ulikuwa mtangulizi wa hayo
I don't think this interview you hold brief for President William Ruto.
We're not holding brief for
in my view.
We're asking you to be accountable for the words that you said.
In my view, I had hoped that you would ask me issues of development to do.
We will get to that. Let's clear out a few things first.
Kuna maswala.
I refuse to. I refuse to have you.
Kuna maswala ya uongozi na uadilifu.
Jinsi alivyosema katika chapter 6 ya katiba. That question I have answered.
Will you apologize to the people for what you did?
I have no apology to give to anybody.
Let me bring up a soundbite of what you said after this back and forth between yourself and the president. And you said that tumefikisha mahali tulikuwa tunataka. Let's play that soundbite so that you just refer to that conversation.
Sasa nimeona umekasirika vile nilitaka. Mimi nilitaka wewe ukasirike. You lose your temper. You lose your cool. You stop being presidential. Sasa Kasongo amekuja bahari nilikuwa nataka yeye. Ameteremuka chini. He is no longer presidential. Amekuwa mtu ya propaganda na fitina.
Is the politics of insults what you want?
True. He is where I wanted him.
In the politics of insults?
Yes.
Is that what you want?
Because that's whom he is. He has been on insults all his life. He's been insulting Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta, everybody. He has been trying to be something else. But I know him. I wanted him to come out in his true colors. That's where he is today. Abuse, pettiness, gossip, That's William Ruto. He is where I wanted him to be.
Do you believe that is also describing yourself? Because you're the one who started this conversation. And you've just said there that tumemfikisha mali tulikuwa tunataka.
I have said
is that the politics
I have told you I brought him where I wanted him to be. That's what I wanted.
Na
and he is where I wanted him.
Jinsi ulivyonena hapo awali, hii tabia yake ambayo unasema ni kutupa cheche za maneno makali, uligundua lini?
Nini?
Uligundua lini hii mambo ya wakati
tangu zamani.
Kitambo sana ama wakati
tangu zamani
natuliwa katika
tangu zamani, lakini nilikuwa nafikiria akipata kiti ya rais atabadilika. Hajabadilika. Hajabadilika. Amekuwa tu vile vuti ya matusi. Alitusi Raila mwaka 9. Sasa amerudi tu pahali alikuwa. Sasa ni kubadilisha tu from Raila tu Rigathi Gachagua.
Wewe ukamtusi Uhuru Kenyatta ile enzi, hata Raila wakati mwingine ukamtusi. Tofauti yako kati na yeye iko wapi?
Nafikiri tuongee mambo ya maana ile tasaidia hii interview.
Kuna masuala ya uadilifu na uongozi.
Hiyo nimekataa. Kwa sababu sasa mnataka ikue hii interview ni mambo ya matusi. Mimi nimesema rais amekuwa akinitukana Nyanza for 5 days. Siwezi kuwa na interview kuendelea na mambo ya matusi ile rais anafanya Nyanza. Hiyo nimekataa.
So you don't regret the statements that you made?
I have said I have no regret at all.
Okay.
I have not abused anybody. I have just described a situation that is true and everybody knows it is a true situation. I have no regrets whatsoever.
Okay. Let's talk about this broad-based arrangement. President William Ruto has been forging an alliance with the broad-based arrangement on ODM, which you strongly advised him against, telling them that they will regret working with him. What did you mean by that?
That?
What did you mean by the broad-based government will regret working with President William Ruto?
Well, I was in coalition with William Ruto, and the minute he became president, he turned against the people who elected him. I know him. So mine, I cannot tell the Luo nation what to do, but I can only give a word of caution that Raila Odinga, in his greatness, has one great legacy. He founded and developed and grew a strong political party. I'm on record publicly saying how I admire, when he was alive and when he's dead, I admire ODM party and the quality of leaders that came through ODM.
Will you be willing to work with ODM?
I don't have a problem with anybody. I have a problem that ODM is on his deathbed. And we want a strong political party. Strong political parties are good for our democracy. When William Ruto decided to work with Raila Odinga was deputy, and I asked him, you had a lot of problems with this man. You told us this man is the cause of all Kenyan problems. You hated Uhuru Kenyatta with all your life and said so publicly for working with Raila Odinga. How come, after having a problem with Uhuru Kenyatta for working with Raila Odinga, you now want to work with Raila Odinga? What has happened? And he told me, we were quite close. He confided into me that we cannot allow ODM to be. We must destroy ODM. So we must get nearer Raila Odinga, get nearer ODM and destroy it so that we are able to govern.
This is hearsay you're saying. So you're saying the president wanted to destroy ODM?
Yes, he told me.
But it is the same party he wants to work with now.
How does that make sense? He doesn't want to work with ODM. He has destroyed ODM. ODM is a pale shadow of his former self. What will happen, and you tell me, this NDC that is scheduled for Friday, that is ODM's last supper, and I hear Ruto wants to attend. Let me be very candid with the ODM followers. That is Raila's legacy. Please don't allow William Ruto to destroy ODM, because I have been in this space before. The only way a region can protect its interests in a government is through a strong political party. My people from the mountain, we are in the terrible situation we are in, I included, because we went to join Ruto without our own political party. And he shortchanged us, turned against us, and can do whatever he wants. If ODM agrees to be swallowed by William Ruto, the people of that region will be at his mercy. And they'll come to cry the way we are crying. So it's up to them. And if they must join William Ruto, because we cannot stop them, yeah? If they must stop him, if they must work with him, I'll give them a few tips, because it's important that I do so. And if they listen to me, it can help them. If they ignore it, it doesn't matter. But at least I'll have spoken, and it will be on record. If I had listened to President Uhuru Kenyatta, when he told us that William Ruto cannot be a good president and it's not good for the country, this country will not be in the shit we are in. Myself and the people of the mountain will not be in the predicament we are in.
With respect to what's your language, Mheshimiwa?
Yeah?
What's your language, Mheshimiwa?
No, I'm just saying.
It's national TV.
I'm just saying we will not be where we are.
Towers.
We will not be where we are. And the mistake we made was to join William Ruto in his party. Since that we have learned and formed our own party. And we cannot be swallowed or merged with anybody. We'll have to work, whoever wants to have a coalition with us. Our party, the DCP, will have a coalition intact without being swallowed by anybody. So my advice to ODM.
Katia ODM shauri, hii ni chama ambacho kimekuwa katika siasa ya Kenya kwa muda wa miaka 20. DCP is hardly 2 years.
I'm talking as regard Gachagua. It may have been 20 years. I may be nobody, but I cannot be denied a chance to give advice. Maybe you think I'm nobody, but I'm saying I have been with William Ruto. Listen, I've been with William Ruto as his deputy. I helped him to be president with my people. He shortchanged all of us. So I have something that I know that I can share, because I can see ODM is being induced to work with William Ruto. I have some experience that can be useful. Okay. Unless you don't want me to share.
Asante. Yeah. Asante. Umenena hapo kwamba nyinyi kama watu wa mlima mlidanganywa kwa sababu hamkuwa na chama cha kisiasa. Kumaanisha chama cha DCP ni cha watu wa mlima pekee?
Hapana.
Tukiangalia vyanzo vya sheria,
chama yetu ni ya kitaifa. We won a by-election in Kisa East in Quisero, that is Kakamega. We won a seat in Narok Township, that is Narok in Rift Valley. We won a seat in Kariobangi North, which is cosmopolitan. But every community has a political home. You know, the Luo Nation, their political home is ODM with other Kenyans. The mountain people, their political home is DCP with other Kenyans. The Kalenjin, their home is UDA with other Kenyans. So every community has a home politically, and that is the way it should be, and it must be that way. But I'm saying, what ODM should do, my honest advice, because I can see it being destroyed, and I can see them along the way crying the way the mountain is crying. One, ODM is owed 12 billion through the political parties fund. If William Ruto is serious that he wants ODM to stand as a political party, John Badi is the CS National Treasury. They should reduce, ODM should demand 12 billion shillings owed to ODM to be released to ODM, so that financially they are independent and they can chart their own course. Number two, the president has been to Nyanza and made many promises. He has one budget to go, 2026-2027 financial year. Before the elections and after, he made a lot of promises to the mountain people. Mau Mau roads, this, that. Nothing has been done for 4 years. What ODM must make us reducible minimum? All those projects he has announced, they must demand that money be reflected in this last budget. Because if there is no money in the last budget, if there is no money in the last budget, that is just a campaign gimmick.
Asante.
Listen, let me say a few things I want to say. That money should be reflected in the budget. And it should not be a token. If the project is 1 billion, you can't put 50 million in budget for the next financial year and say the project is funded. The money must be put in the budget. Number three, whatever relationship, whatever agreement that they want with William Ruto, let them learn from me. It must be made public. If they are being promised that they will be given the deputy president, it must be announced publicly. Whatever they are being promised, there should be a public pronouncement. Because the mistake I made We did some things under the table in writing. Even Musalia, they did the same. All those things were not honored by William Ruto. And I can tell the people of ODM, things they are agreeing with him, they will not be honored unless he makes a public pronouncement. And they should demand early enough so that they have time to look elsewhere in case they are not satisfied with what they are agreeing with him. Number 4, and the most important, to make sure that ODM stands. William Ruto had no footage in Nyanza. He had no footage in Coast. He had no footage in Northeastern. He had no footage in Western. If ODM enters in agreement with William Ruto, they must demand that those areas are zoned for ODM so that they have enough members of parliament to be able to go into government with. But if they open up their strongholds to William Ruto and UDA that has no presence in those areas, they will be swallowed. And that is what is happening. Once those things are done, then if they want to enter into a deal with him, they are safe. And I'm just sharing this because, you know, in my community they say, if you are beaten by a black snake, when you see a rope, you run away. You know, a rope that looks like a snake. And I'm just saying, because I can see what is happening, I can see the same deception. The time he is spending in Nyanza, every day he is there. He spent more time, he was 9 years in the mountain. Nowadays he doesn't come. The same script. He was coming to the mountain, promising us goodies, promising us heaven, promising us all manner of things until we elected him. I can see the same script going on. And I have a responsibility as a leader in this country to tell the people of Nyanza, please,
Asante.
I've been through this.
Yeah.
My people have been through this. We are all crying because we were deceived. We were conned. I can see another con game going on. I can see deception going on. Please be aware.
Okay.
And if you don't heed and it happens, please never say Rigiji never told us.
Wacha nikurudishe nyuma kidogo, Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais wa kitambo. Hapo awali ulisema huna shida na hii jamii. Unavyozungumza katika ile structure ya uongozi wa DCP, je, kuna yoyote yule ambaye anatoka katika eneo la Nyanza? Swali la pili, kuna wakati ulisema the position ya PS Interior na CS Finance ilikuwa a reserve of the mountaineers.
Yes.
Na bado unatuambia unatupenda?
No, nasema,
watu wa Nyanza.
My friend, one, Mable Owino, the Deputy Secretary General in charge of strategy, is a Luo girl from Kisumu, very talented young woman, and she's working with me. When I was appointed Deputy President, my Chief of Staff was George Makeboy from the Luo Nation, a great administrator.
Lakini aliondolewa baadaye akapelekwa mahali.
Ruto alimtoa akampeleka Djibouti, some funny somewhere. Yeah, I loved the guy, and when Ruto found my office was functioning well and he wanted to bring me down, one of the strategies he did to start undermining me was remove George McAvoy. He's a man I had brought to my office. I have total respect for the community and their professionalism. There's something you asked me. You said
CS Treasury.
CS Treasury. Yes, it's true. Just the way ODM is saying Deputy President is irreducible minimum. Before we elected William Ruto, we had some demands and we agreed. And those are positions we negotiated. We had negotiated for National Treasury, CS, for CS Interior, for CS Agriculture. That is the way negotiations are done. And I was just saying, what we negotiated, you cannot take away. It does not mean that I have a problem with whoever I was giving. I was just saying, what we have negotiated, give it to me. Just the way we are saying now, I have heard Governor Mombasa saying Deputy President is a reducible minimum. If they agree that they are given Deputy President, if they are shortchanged, they must complain. That's the way these negotiations go. So myself, I was quite right in saying whatever we agreed, we delivered. You had said, give me your votes, I'll give you this. We give you our votes, and what we gave you are taking away, I'm saying is wrong.
Ukiangalia hiyo ratiba ya wale